Hey, how's it going, guys? It's Sajlal here, and Google just dropped a hammer a few days ago, which is concerning to a lot of people that have been lately producing AI content. So in this video, I wanted to go over the Google update and what you can do to make sure that you're staying compliant and making sure that your pages stay ranked, as well as you keep on generating visitors from the search engine, which is Google. Now, the blog post reads, new ways we are tackling spammy, low quality content on search. Now, make sure that you go through this post first so you actually understand it yourself as well. I'm gonna drop a link in the description. Go through that. But essentially, there are two key things that they are focusing on, which is improved quality ranking and new and improved spam policies. And to tackle that, what they're doing is they're enhancing their own systems to, well, it doesn't say anything about AI content directly, but basically what they're saying is that they're looking for content that is high quality, right? So in other words, they're reducing low quality, unoriginal results. Now, obviously, if you're using AI to produce majority of your content, then there's a very high chance that it's low quality and unoriginal. So that's number one. Number two, the scaled content abuse, which is basically people generating tens of posts every single day and publishing it on their website. That is no longer the criteria for you to be on Google, right? Previously, it's been thought that the more you publish, the higher the chances of you to rank on Google, but that's not true anymore. And that's because it's so much easier to automate this right now that it's pretty much, the quality of the content suffers. So unless you have a team of, 10 content writers that's actually writing good quality content every single day, this is the major factor that's going to affect your rankings. And then they, mentioned the site reputation abuse as well as expired domain abuse as well. And that's basically people who, for the site reputation abuse, that's basically people who go and buy links from other websites, like, I'm sure you have seen as well, but going and buying links from CNN.com and all of that just to get yourself published there and give you your website a backlink. Google is now also taking that into account as an abuse, which may end up suffering your website's reputation as well as theirs as well, of course. And then finally, the expired domain abuse is when people purchase an expired domain to get its reputation, and you can no longer do that either. But the factor that we're focusing on here is the content at scale limitation that you now have, plus obviously the low quality content. Now, I have been an advocate of this since day one. Like, I would never advise you to go and create content using AI that serves no purpose, right? Every time you go and start creating content, there should be a goal and a purpose for that particular content, not just your keyword schema, not just your content cluster, but you have to ensure that the content that you are creating is in itself something that a user would read and it will be beneficial for the reader. And that's also one reason why Content Gorilla excels over every single AI writing solution on the market right now, because the content Gorilla creates is not direct AI content, right? It's not something that you ask AI to produce by itself. Instead, you use a video from YouTube that is highly in detail and highly, accurate, relevant, and obviously helps the viewer as well. And you take that video and you convert that into a blog post. Now, the one thing that I see a lot of people making this mistake, and that is that they just, for instance, go to Content Gorilla, type in their keyword for whatever it is, the video that they're looking for, and then they're just gonna, run a bit of AI work, and then they'll be like, okay, I'm good and I should post this now. No, that is not what you should do. if your goal is to rank on Google. I would highly recommend that you go in and read the post yourself and ensure that it's something that's bringing value to the reader, and make sure that you use the essential AI features that we have that actually makes the content more engaging. So things like adding a joke between paragraphs, things like adding comparison statistics. Now, for instance, I could just choose this sentence, click on this plus button, and quickly create a quote out of it. So for instance, now I have a quote that can go together with my content, and the quote is from J.K. Rowling, right? So do that, right? Use these features to actually enhance your content using AI. And of course, we have a multitudes of features that you can use and you should use, and we have done tutorial series. I'm gonna link it somewhere in the video. You'll probably see it on the top right corner. I guess the right will be here. But anyway, just find that link, go through the entire playlist of tutorials that I have seen, and create good quality content. If you do that, you're not going to be affected, trust me. In fact, let me pull up analytics for our own blog as well, where we actually produce quite a bit of content which ranks, and our rankings have not been affected. And that's because we have been creating the content with the single purpose of making the content better, understandable, as well as beneficial for the person that's reading. And as you see, if anything, we are only on a upwards trend here, right? So do that, right? Make sure you go through the playlist that I'm talking about. I'll link it in the description as well. See all the features of Content Gorilla, utilize them to create content that actually reads well and benefits the user. That's it for this update, and I'm gonna see you around.